If you are a dreamer, come in. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer, if you're a pretender, come sit by my fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in. Come in.
Please rise in body or in spirit for this morning's opening hymn. Love will guide us.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Hear the song from deep within you. Heed the song voice in your heart. Spring's beginning will lead to harvest. Love will guide us on our way home. Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night.
Good morning. And welcome to the Unitarian Church of Baton Rouge. My name is still Reverend Chris Long, your minister of congregational life. Reverend Nathan is away today at the installation of another UU ministerial colleague, so he can't be in two places at once, but he is here. My pronouns are he, him, his. If you are visiting us for the first time, good morning to you too. Glad that you are here. Do come again and again to see if this may become your sacred community of hope. Join members and friends of the congregation in our reception area for refreshments and coffee after the service. Those joining us on our live stream, a good morning to you as well, and welcome. Please say hello in the chat box and to let us know that you too are here. Friends, up front, I have a little bit of annoying news. The email scammers are at it again. If you have received any emails from the church asking you for passwords or directories, know that this is not from us. This time, they are using a fake email address for our current board president, Adam Voss, to have access to our data. Again, this is a scam, and we are on to them. Amen? Amen. Okay. Wow. Can y'all say wow? Wow? What a weekend we are having here at the Unitarian Church of Baton Rouge. Amen? Amen. Anyone able to get any art or jewelry? Hands fly up in the sanctuary. Did y'all know that it was a fundraiser? Anybody but Cappy know how much money was brought in? I'm not going to tell you. No, just kidding. An extravaganza indeed, bringing in upwards of $16,000, y'all. Is that all we get for $16,000? Come on, y'all. So, get Cappy Landreneau, Suzanne Bess, Christy Boudreau, and Sandra, and I'm learning the French pronunciation, Lahassion. Say it again. Larison. Larison. Okay, Larison. I was told by Johnny Parker she'd be impressed if I tried the French, so obviously didn't work. And over 30 volunteers helped to pull that into focus, right? Let's give it up for letting them a round of applause. And I hear those able not to attend will be able to pick up items at a discounted rate between this service and after the next service to continue those givings. To those who shared of your treasures by passing along art and jewelry, thank you as well. Yesterday afternoon, evening, there was some sort of ice cream social and a jazz concert. Anybody able to make that? Ooh! Well, yes, there are a lot of people, and I got to introduce the evening. I wanted to expressly thank Janet Mulder and Vic Cross, our stewardship campaign co-chairs, and the bevy of volunteers who made the rest of yesterday evening happening. And for the jazz concert, we had 250 folks here in our sanctuary that concert was pulled together by our Minister Emeritus, Reverend Dr. Steve Crump, after 34 years. When I mentioned his name in the introduction, the place went into uproar. Amen? And the musicians, if you don't know, I'll share with you. The featured pianist was Willis Dulani on piano, Bill Grimes on bass, and John Jones on drums. Yep. We also had a very talented church members sing and joining the singing, and I heard it was extraordinary. Cynthia Bryant, Kathy Judy, and Kathy McManus. Okay, today's announcements for middle hour. We have Faith in Practice this week is off, as the notes say. Faith in Exploration is meet and greet in room 6 with Reverend Chris Long to do the meet and greet. That was a chuckle. That was supposed to be a joke. Like, I'm the meet and greet between the services. And our social justice sub-team today is education. As usual, pre-K meets in room 2, grades 1 through 5 in room 3, and our youth group will be in room 1, and it's an interesting conglomeration of art will be in there, and we'll figure it out, but that's because the art is flowing over. Also, for our social justice sub-team, we have sent out over 450 postcards to North Carolina, Georgia, and other places to folks who haven't voted regularly, and members of this congregation signed, sealed, and delivered those cards. So today we have 250 more that need your signature today so they can be sent out straight away. So let's do that. At 1 p.m. today, our Gen Z young adult groups from ages 18 to 27, the programming, they will be having lunch this afternoon at 1 at Le Madeleine. Woohoo! Somebody said woohoo. Let's see. Please when is our Queer Fete? Anybody know when the Queer Fete is? October 19th. Somebody said it loud, October 19th. Who's invited to attend the Queer Fete? Everybody. Do you have to be a queer as a gay dollar or $300 gay bill like me? No, you do not have to be queer. We want everybody to come. We'll be hearing a little bit more about that in just a few seconds. On October 20th, we will be welcoming 16 more new members into the life of this church during the services. At 5 p.m. that day, our most recent intern minister, Leslie Runnels, will be ordained in New Orleans. In Unitarian Universalism, the church, a church, not somebody else, has the right to give the title Reverend. And on that afternoon, she will officially, even though she's done all the work, will become a Unitarian Universalist. Reverend Leslie Reynolds. Amen? Amen. October 22nd. Mark your calendars, because we are supporting Together Baton Rouge. We will be gathering with them. Where'd that note go? I did all this preparation. Unity 2024. It's a citywide assembly bringing congregations and community organizations together to address the common problems in the city. As we are known as the church that shows up, we're hoping to have at least 40, 50 of our members show up for Unity 2024. It matters because we know when we put our voices together, we get things done. Power will be with Unity 2024 on the 22nd in the evening from 6 to 8 at Southern University at F.G. Clark Activity Center. Please, please, please do sign up. Who here knows when the Halloween party is? The 26th of October. Woo! Do you need volunteers yet?
Oh, please.
Volunteers from 5 to 7, and please do plan to attend. And last but certainly not least, today we will be honoring our unwavering volunteers who helped to make this place the place it will be. Again, good morning and welcome. Now I would like to welcome up Cappy Landrino, who are going to share a special message. Let's give it up for Cappy for the $16,000.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So we're switching a little bit different context because yesterday's over and now we have an event in 2 weeks we have to figure out. So Queer Fed is on October 19th, y'all know that. I had a conversation this week, one of our early safety and security conversations with Reverends Chris and Reverend Nathan this week, and I had an emotional exchange with them, and they asked if I would try to recount it back to y'all so that y'all could be there with us, if you will, and understand what was going on. Is that better? Is that better now? Yes. I will talk more directly. So good morning, I'm Cappy Landrino. I'm here today to talk about Queer Fete. It's our music festival planned in this sanctuary, October 19th from 5 to 9:30-ish. But first, a note on vocabulary. The first time I heard the word queer used in a non-shaming way was in this pulpit right here on Pride Sunday several years ago. Don Hoppy used it, and I remember cringing in the moment. I've taken it back now. I no longer consider it queer cringy when it's used appropriately. Thanks to those whose shoulders I stand on, even right here in this congregation, I can do that. So for today and right now, queer is an umbrella term used to denote members of the LGBTQIA+ community, although some people still don't like that word, and that's also okay. And Fete, I think you'll probably know, is when we honor or celebrate in a large public party or celebration, especially here in Louisiana. So we have Queer Fete. So Queer Fete was born and purposefully planned as a space that will center queer talent, culture, and history, and also aims to be a space for all. Queer people deserve this congregation. I've said this before, but you, my now congregation for the last 21 years, healed me. You loved us and welcomed us as a married couple even before we could do that, even before it was law of the land. We didn't even know something in our life was lacking until we joined here, because we had never experienced such a thing until you held us in that way. Queer people have been gathering for years in private spaces. We still do. At the same time, dominant culture historically has been a non-queer space. In today's world, dominant culture is still a space of heterosexuality, a space of whiteness, a space of binary gender expectations that are strictly enforced, a space where people who deviate from those gender performances are shamed and legislated into the margins, a space where queer people have been tolerated, accepted, and allowed to exist, and sometimes not even that. But rarely are we openly affirmed. As a lesbian and member of the queer community, I had been affirmed by my gay community way before I ever met y'all. affirmed in our private spaces where long and short-term couples, singles, and others met at private parties and houses and in bars, where we were the dominant culture with nothing else to be compared to. That way we weren't odd or different or less than or sick or mentally ill. We were just queer people living our life as best we knew how, in a world that told us that we were not okay. And when life tells you that enough times, you can start to believe it. And when the only people that say that you are okay is other queer people, well, sometimes it's hard to believe that too. So when queer people are affirmed by non-queer people, by members of the dominant culture, which currently includes those straight, white women, men, and others, we heal. I'm passionate about queer people having the opportunity to feel the love and healing of true allyship. Queer people deserve you, and they deserve beloved community, something you gave to me years ago, and now I can no longer live without it. My queer siblings and nibblings out there deserve to feel the love and affirmation of this church, of you amazing people. They deserve to be affirmed by dominant culture, to be welcomed into this multicultural space. They deserve to heal and not be relegated to the margins of society, culture, and experiences. They deserve opportunities to enjoy a queer-centered evening of music, food, and fun with the broader community by their side, doing the same things, feeling the same joy in a big soup of affirmation and joy, queer and non-queer. We have queer spaces where we can affirm each other, but when we affirm each other, but affirmation lands different when it's from non-queer people. QueerFet is the brainchild and labor of love from an incredible team of people, both queer and non-queer. We hope you will join us in 2 weeks. We need you to be there, even more than the gay community. They can't heal without you. It's a phenomenal lineup of performers, including members of our congregation, in what I know will be an amazing night of talent and community. I'm wearing a shirt that says, y'all means all, which is a Louisiana shirt, but in this case, all means y'all. So we'll see you on the 19th. Amen. You can reserve your seat after services or see any of our team members.
I hope I can do this. So the song we're doing next is one that you may be familiar with and may not. In this time when so much is laying on us, we as a staff chose this song for the month of October, not realizing that October was going to be full of so many things. So the song is Loosen, Loosen, Baby. I'm going to sing it through you line by line and ask you to follow me, and then we'll do it through 3 times for the middle, 3 times for the chorus, 3 times for the opening part again. So I'll sing a line, y'all sing after me. Loosen, loosen, baby. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. The weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. Now all together. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Could I have the screen for the second part? Holy breath, holy breath, and holy name, through this phrase. Will you ease this pain? Will you ease this pain? This part all together. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? Okay, from the top. Loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. And this part again. Loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this? And this part again. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease? And from the top, please. Loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Thank you.
Each week when we gather, we take pause. We take pause to breathe as a sacred community held together by our values, our commitments to each other, and dance into the joys and struggles of our lives here. We do this through collective silence, meditation, or prayer. This morning's prayer. Spirit of life, universe, Gaia, God. As always in our time of prayer together, we take pause to honor the Homa and Bayagula peoples whose lands we now inhabit. With so much going on in our personal and collective lives, let us pause now to give thanks for what is good, even through harder times. We hold in our hearts those with us here and online that are experiencing health issues. Know that we as a church are here for you, and please do reach out. Continuing deeper reflection prayer, starting from abroad, loosen, baby. With the elections just a little more than a month away, or under a month away, may we be ever mindful that no matter the results, when we get them, our task as a faith community will not drastically change. For we are doing the work as best we know how to be a part of bending the arc of the moral universe to more liberation, justice, and freedom for all. Tomorrow marks 1 year anniversary of Hamas invading Israel and killing over 1,200 Israelis who attended an outdoor concert. This carnage also included taking nearly 200 hostages, where many have been killed and yet others remain hostages. As of a few days ago, over 42,000 Palestinians have been killed, way too many children, women, and civilians, yet the war rages on there. Now, with over 2,000 people killed in Lebanon, the war there has expanded to involve Iran and Yemen with no end in sight. The world over, wars in Congo, Sudan, Ukraine, and other countries is much too much. May we continue to pray for peace, take the actions we know will have impact as we continue to push for peace. Peace truly is the more just way. Even with all of the devastation that is going on, we are in the high holy days of the Jewish calendar. Rosh Hashanah has just ended, the time for preparing families, homes, and hearts, which ended on Friday, in preparation for Yom Kippur, a period of atonement for Jewish people the world over, including those among us who are both Unitarian Universalist and Jewish. It is a time for deep reflection, to make amends for what one has done that was less than good in the past year, and to prepare one's heart to be at one with ourselves, each other, and the world in the coming year. This time of fasting for Jewish people is ended by the sounding of the shofar. And I must hold the folks of Helene, called the Katrina of Appalachia. Over 200 people have died, with hundreds still missing. 700,000 remain without power. Across 6 states, shelter, food, and fresh water are still desperately needed for many. Being here in southern Louisiana, Helene brings up trauma wounds as this storm ravages, and its ravages are being uncovered. Please do take deep care of yourselves and each other, as we also hold those across the country that are enduring Helene's impact. As we continue to settle into this hour of worship, may we find hope and time to breathe for moments of peace. Let go, let go, let go. Ashe, shalom, salam, blessed be, and may it be so. The sharing of stones ritual here at the Unitarian Church of Baton Rouge is a time in our service where we take pause to come forth to share stones as we honor the joys and sorrows of our lives with this community. Visitors are always welcome to take part. Those who gather are also invited to sign cards for members of the congregation at our congregational care table out in the reception area. There are 3 cards today. First, we have a card of condolence. Would you please come forth to do the card for our new member, Deshara Daub, whose father passed 2 Fridays ago. Next, please sign a thinking of you card for Mona Romaine, who is home again and welcomes visitors and phone calls. And we have a card of congratulations for Julie Ruxtel and Gary Jinks on their recent marriage. Let's give it up for them. Those who would like to take part in this ritual, please come forth, lining up along the east or west walls of the sanctuary, or if the center aisles work better for you. Online, please share your stones in the chat. Our sharing of stones ritual begins. Let us say together our chalice lighting words. With hope to make this a better world, we light this flame. Its light is a symbol of the power in the struggle.
From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of hope and faith arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung, through every land, by every tongue.
Today we honor our volunteers. Our reading.
The power of one. One song can spark a moment. One whisper can wake the dream. One tree can start a forest. One bird can herald spring. One smile begins a friendship. One moment can make one fall in love. One star can guide a ship at sea. One word can frame the goal. One vote can change a nation. One sunbeam lights a room. One candle wipes out darkness. One laugh will conquer gloom. One step must start each journey. One word must start each prayer. One hope will raise our spirits. One touch can show you care. One voice can speak with wisdom. One heart can know what's true. One life can make a difference. You see, it's up to you.
Good morning. I'm Donna Yelverton, and I have the privilege of serving you as your volunteer membership team leader. Today is your day. Today is We Love Our Volunteers Day. That goes for whether you are a past volunteer, a current volunteer, or a potential volunteer. So this is your day.
Yes.
We know that our dedicated volunteers help produce our mission-oriented and irresistible culture of acceptance, friendliness, belonging, and fun. Today, we honor you and express our gratitude for your priceless service. Our volunteerism vision is stated in our 2023 membership plan. It is, we aim for the day when our church is full of volunteers whose stories of life change are so contagious we never have to awkwardly beg people to help. We envision being surrounded by a zero recruitment culture where volunteers have the support they need, feel empowered to perform their roles, have a strong sense of community, and are experiencing significance and meaning. We feel an indescribable buzz in the church, a sense of anticipation. Our church has become a magnet for new, highly motivated volunteers because we have created a sustainable system that develops and supports our volunteer leaders and plans for succession. Now, to achieve this vision, we will continue to approach volunteerism with 3 strategies in mind. First is mission. The mission of our church will be clearly stated, meaningful, and easy to understand. It will be compelling in a way that draws our potential volunteers away from all other options because you want to be a part of that mission. We want to equip our volunteer leaders with a clear mission and enable you to communicate that mission to your teams. Second is appreciation. The ministers and staff and congregation are filled with gratitude for those who donate their time. We want existing and potential volunteers to be aware of this appreciation. For our community to be sustainable, we are committed to help recruit and retain passionate volunteers. We are working to foster a spirit of esteem for each of you as individuals and as volunteers. So that you will feel appreciated, we want to show you that we value your time, your energy, and your talents. Our third strategy is the way we issue our invitations. A vibrant and welcoming invitation to join us, rather than saying, "Oh no, here she comes again." We want our invitations to be irresistible, unapologetic, and marked by opportunity, not desperation. We don't want to sell the experience short, nor glumly sabotage our invitations. We want to make it fun, as we know you don't need just another job. We understand that a fulfilled, supported, appreciated, and empowered volunteer is a long-term volunteer, and that happy volunteers invite their friends to share their happiness. To accomplish these strategies, we're working towards four goals. First, we celebrate your significance. We acknowledge volunteers' investments by committing to provide opportunities for you to serve and roles that are a good fit for your skills and interests and passions. We strive to shift our mindset from just filling vacancies to connecting you with roles in which you can thrive. Second, we provide first-class support. Effective volunteer leadership begins with well-informed volunteers who have the resources they need. We vow to communicate often and provide tools for your roles in advance. We will invest in training and skills building for volunteers. We will seek development opportunities that can apply in your homes and workplaces, reaching beyond the roles you fulfill within the church. Because we know that volunteers are much more than their church roles, we will strive to help equip you for life. Our third goal is to fuel meaningful connections. We know that many of our volunteers are there because you're seeking community and connection to like-minded people. We will therefore focus on team-building principles and the importance of providing opportunities for volunteer groups to share stories, play, and laughter. And finally, we empower your passions. We are committed to shared ministry. Our leaders know we must establish a clear vision and parameters for our ministry teams. We will strive to transparently share information, decision-making, agency, and authority. To empower our volunteers, our ministers and staff will seek to remove the red tape and give volunteer leaders permission to carry out the church's mission. Rather than making assumptions for our volunteers, we will invite you as individuals into opportunities that will challenge and fulfill you.
Let's give it up for Donna again. Let's come on. This church is a generous one, and with humility. We share 1/2 of our monthly offerings with a local organization that is extending our mission and vision into the community. This month, our collected offering will be shared with the Parole Project. This is a local organization based in downtown Baton Rouge whose mission is to enhance public safety through effective advocacy, programming, and services for incarcerated and formerly incarcerated persons so that they may reach their full potential. Their core values are in alignment with our Unitarian Universalist ever-deepening values and commitment to a more just, equitable world. Visitors, please feel no obligation to give. We at this church are building on our financial giving as a spiritual practice, extending our values into the community in yet another way. This morning's offering will be humbly accepted and shared in the same spirit. Will the ushers please come forward? Thank you.
So, I've invited Cappy and George to help me with this, and I asked for a volunteer. So, Cappy, you're going to be here. George is going to be there, but you have to let me talk first. Okay. So, have you ever wondered how many people it takes to make church happen? So I have invited somebody, that would be Kathy over there, to help me show you. I'm going to introduce Imogene M. Imogene me somebody, as in I am somebody. And this is I am somebody over here. And so, give me a second to get to my props. Cappy, you're here.
And I start, right?
And you start, and George goes. And you turn and face them. Okay.
You ready, Kathy? In our church, we need people to keep track of our budget.
And we call that person the treasurer, sometimes a calculator.
To be responsible for the church.
We call those people the board of trustees.
decide things about money, running things, taking care of our employees, and making this a safer church when people disagree.
And we call those people the finance, governance, personnel, and healthy congregation committees.
To invite other people to be on committees and be responsible for the church.
That's the nominating committee,
Lead the fundraising that pays to keep the church open.
the generosity team.
Post on social media and make flyers to publicize what we do here.
That's our communications team.
Help plan and carry out worship services.
Worship Guild.
Sing with us.
Song leaders and choir members.
Make fun Sunday morning music.
Guest musicians.
Run the sound system and stream our worship services online.
Treehouse team.
Make people watching our services online feel welcomed and included.
Chat hosts.
Bring food, make coffee, set out snacks for every Sunday.
Hospitality team.
I kind of want to stop and give her a break. Teach and facilitate our middle hour classes for children, youth, and adults.
Religious education teachers. Religious education teachers.
Facilitate our whole lives classes for children and teens, and hopefully soon adults.
Volunteer.
Owl facilitators.
Address and mail 100 postcards to children and teens every week.
Our home ministry helper.
Put, put together materials for all of our different classes.
We don't have a name for those people. Maybe we should just call them indispensable.
Run our small ministry groups called branches.
Branches management teams and branches leaders.
Take care of our building and our land.
Building and grounds volunteers.
Welcome people on Sunday mornings and collect the offering.
Greeters and ushers.
Help members feel like members.
Membership team.
Listen to people who are sick or sad.
Pastoral care associates.
Provide meals when people have a new baby or are sick. Give folks a ride to and from surgery. Send cards every week and plan receptions after memorial services.
Congregational care team.
Call people after a flood or hurricane.
Disaster response team.
Show up for social justice.
Social justice team.
Hold on. We must rescue the response. Social justice.
There's a covenant from room 7. Make our parties happen.
Party people.
So good at this. Got the pride thing? Oh yeah, there we go. Of course you have pride. Plus the folks who work on our archives, library, naming project, 75th anniversary, all of our affinity groups. Am I still talking?
I have no words.
Aren't we glad? Aren't we glad? Aren't we glad one person doesn't have to do it all that by themselves?
Yes, we are.
Because when we think somebody ought to do that, every one of us can remember, I am somebody. So say it with me.
I am somebody.
Please join us in this hymn.
Yes, please rise in body and spirit for our next hymn.
gathered here from four directions, rich in our diversity, gathered in the name of freedom, richer still in unity. Let us bring the gifts that differ, and in splendid varied ways, sing a new church into being, one of faith and hope and praise. Trust the goodness of creation, trust the Spirit strong within. Dare to dream the vision promised, sprung from seed of what has been. Let us bring the gifts that differ, and in splendid varied ways, sing a new church into being, one of faith and hope and praise. Hopes of every nation, bring the art of every race. Weave a song of peace and justice, let it sound through time and space. Let us bring the gifts that differ, and in splendid varied ways, sing a new church into being, one of faith and hope and praise.
Spirit of life and love, may we perceive the needs that arise around us like a clarion call of love. May we recall with audacious hope the words of Martin Luther. Even if I knew that tomorrow the world would go to pieces, I would still plant my apple tree.
Today, we are focusing on an important aspect of our commitment to our existing and potential volunteers. We aim to provide recognition to every volunteer involved in governance and any aspect of shared ministry. I ask you to stand as you are willing and able, or just wave your hand if not, as your volunteer group is mentioned. Because we are recognizing lots of people, let's save our applause for one big ending.
Our 7-member volunteer board of trustees, which you as members elect, serves as our governing body. Our treasurer also serves at the pleasure of the board. Please, if you're a part of the board, raise your hand, stand, or rise if you're willing and able. Our board, yes, hand in the back, and yes. Board committees include the finance, governance, personnel committees, and the congregational committees elected by members include the nominating committee, the healthy congregations committee. Please raise your hand if you're present. Yes, 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 yes.
We have a volunteer communications staff that helps with our social media and print media and publicizing all of our events. If you are part of our communications team, if you could raise your hands or stand. Our worship guild is comprised of 9 volunteers who help plan and carry out our worship services. If you're on the worship guild. Our volunteer choir members and musicians perform music for our regular and special services and regularly volunteer to lead us all in singing. If you are a choir member or a song leader, please.
Also key to making our services happen is the Treehouse team that provides the magic of sound and visual support in our services and enables us to stream to our remote attendees. We have volunteers who monitor, our online services and keep remote attendees apprised about the service via the YouTube chat.
Our treehouse, let's get, oh, not yet, no applause, okay. Our family ministry programs for children and youth provide a community of our children, for our children, a place that holds them in love and gives them strength as they navigate a world that can sometimes be harsh, lonely, unjust, and unkind. We honor the 24 teachers on Sunday mornings during middle hour and after church for Our Whole Lives, our sexuality education program.
If you're one of those people, raise your hand.
Raise, raise, raise. Yes, yes, yes. The volunteers who prepare the craft materials, organizing the rooms, making copies, and putting things away, who make the gift bags and address the postcards, and the 30 to 40 people who help put on for all ages intergenerational holiday parties every year. Please raise your hands.
There are people out
Nobody's
there who
rising.
have helped with our parties.
Yeah, rise or
If you
raise
have
your
helped
hands.
with the
Thank
party,
you.
raise your hand.
Some
If
of
you
us are a
prepared
little shy.
materials.
That's okay.
Okay. We also honor those who volunteer to teach our adult classes and programs. This is the core of learning what it is to be a Unitarian Universalist and live into our values in our everyday lives. We have a team of 3 managers, the branch's management team, who helps oversee the branch's small ministry group program, and each branch's team has 1 or 2 volunteer leaders who plan and facilitate their monthly meetings. If you have taught adult religious education, run a program, been a branch's management team leader or a branch's leader at any point, if you would stand or raise your hand.
Look around, y'all. Yes, yes, yes.
Our buildings and grounds volunteers help keep up our appearance, our security, and our maintenance. We have any of those folks here now?
Yep.
Our usher corps is made up of 26 volunteers who staff the welcome table as folks approach from the parking lot, greet everyone, obtain visitor contact information, and direct people or take them where they need to go. The ushers, who serve in pairs, each serve at 1 service per month, with some in reserve to fill in and cover months with 5 Sundays. Ushers?
Woo! Oh, waving hard, some
Yeah.
of them. Thank you.
They also collect, account for, and secure the shared offering and count the in-person attendance.
We also have a group of 12 welcomers who serve in the narthex, that space out here, and during services, helping people to feel welcome, showing newcomers around and seeing that needs are being met. Please raise your hand if you're an usher. Thank you. The hospitality team makes everyone feel welcome in the reception area and fellowship hall before, during services, and in middle hour. We have about 50 people who have signed up to help with refreshments and welcoming. Now, here's a chance for everyone to rise in body or spirit and raise your hands. Everyone, rise in body or spirit or raise your hands. Because every one of you can be a hospitality volunteer or greeter. Amen?
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
Thank you.
The ushers, welcomers, and hospitality team are all parts of our membership team. Our 12-member membership team also leads volunteers who develop and maintain our membership plan and help attract prospects, welcome newcomers, orient new members, keep long-term members engaged, and support our volunteers. This team also handles communications, outreach, and marketing, including our snazzy new t-shirts. The outreach volunteers also work with the Interfaith Federation and the Holy Grill and are beginning to do campus outreach to our colleges and universities.
We have a generosity team that is responsible for our annual pledge drives, our fundraising events, financial literacy, and planned giving. The team leaders oversee sub-teams for different events and functions. Generosity team, Cappy is the leader. She stepped out, I think, but we've got several other members here. Thank you. Our 8 pastoral care associates help care for the spiritual needs of those experiencing illness, surgery, or loss. They help with pastoral visits and also staff the listening room on Sundays. Pastoral care associates.
Our congregational care team of nearly 60 members looks after the CCT, the CCT looks after the temporal needs of a congregant. CCT volunteers keep tabs on homebound members and those in care facilities and assist those who need help with transportation or meals during illness, after surgery, or birth of a new baby. They manage the systems of sending cards every week that are signed by all of you, and then sending cards on the first anniversary of a baby's birth or a family member's death. And the CCT plans, coordinates our participation in receptions following memorial service. Any of the CCT members here, please raise your hands, rise body, spirit, however you would like to be acknowledged. Whole lot of people. Thank you, thank you.
Some of you recently experienced the work of our volunteer disaster response team. 3 volunteer leaders maintain a phone tree and a team of about 50 volunteers to contact every member before an anticipated natural disaster. They have surveyed the congregation to anticipate possible needs and shared solutions. Should disaster occur, they mobilize us all to help those who are affected. Anyone who is a leader of that team or who has volunteered to be one of the phone tree, if you would raise your hand.
Yes. Yes.
Our 120-member social justice team has given us the reputation of being the church that shows up. The team includes a climate justice team of about 85 volunteers, 55 reproductive justice volunteers, 28 education volunteers, and 19 who work on voting. Social justice folks, and we have our blood drive volunteers who help us show up to donate this life-supporting necessity. Our archivists care for our historical artifacts, and our librarian facilitates our lending library. We also have volunteers helping document the history of the church property through the naming project. Will those folks please?
Finally, we have volunteers who coordinate our affinity groups, including semi-weekly meditation group, the Black Joy Collective, Gen Zoo and Fellowship, the Sixth Source Sharing Circle, Cakes for the Queen of Heaven, the Women's Book Club, the Open Circle Book Club, the Men's Retreat Group, and the Retirement Support Group. Now let us show our gratitude and appreciation for all who have stood and raised your hands and da-da-da-da-da. Let's give it up. Come on, y'all. Just imagine if the church had to pay the salaries or wages and overtime for all of these countless hours of service. We hope that this service has let you see how many of our members have such satisfying volunteer experiences that they are motivated to continue volunteering. We hope that as you are able, you will get involved and join them. Talk to those you have seen be recognized. And additionally, read more about volunteer opportunities in our member resource book that's available online or at the information center in our reception area. Following the closing hymn and benediction, please join for a cake reception and some other goodies left over from yesterday's events for a celebration of our volunteers. As we conclude this service, please know we, the staff, could never thank you enough for your time, talents, and financial contributions to the life of this church that is on the move. Amen? Amen. For your volunteering here is sacred, holy work. May the fire of your commitment to justice, peace, and a better world for us all burn from the sacred, unique light that you bring to this aching yet beautiful world. Ashe, blessed be, shalom, salam, may it be so. And all the people said,
Amen.
please rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn.
Light of days remembered burns a beacon bright and clear, guiding hands and hearts and spirits into faith set free from fear. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, we live with deep assurance of the fire that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the stories of our living rings a song both brave and clear, calling pilgrims still to witness to the life of liberty. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin. From the dreams of youthful vision comes a new prophetic voice, which demands a deeper justice built by our courageous choice. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance that our flame burns within, and our promise finds fulfillment and our future can begin.
Dear ones, as you take your leave from this place, yes, you're volunteering when you have the time, energy, and motivation and rest to do so. Please do. May your fire of commitment and loosening when you need to be the elixir that holds you until you're back together with us again. Ashe, blessed be, and amen.